My brothers and sisters, listen carefully. Life is not a straight line of peace and comfort. It is a battlefield of awareness, discipline, and choices. God, 17 September 22 and 25 are not ordinary days. These days are marked as dangerous, not because the sky will fall, but because your inner guard can drop, your mind can weaken, and your spirit can get tested. Danger does not always come from outside. Danger lives inside when we are careless. These days are warnings. God does not warn without purpose. He is telling you to stay awake, to sharpen your discipline, to guard your heart against distraction, and to align your actions with wisdom. Awareness is the beginning of all transformation. Without awareness, no change is possible, no growth is possible, and no protection is possible. God said these days, 17 September 22 and 25 are very dangerous. And if you listen with your heart, you will realize that the danger is not only about the outer world, but more about your inner state. People often think of danger as something outside an accident, a storm, a crisis, a person who wishes you harm. But the deepest danger is when you move through life without awareness. When you are blind to your own actions, when you are deaf to your own inner voice, when you are asleep while being awake, that is the real danger. God is warning you because many people live their lives like this, without knowing where they are going, without knowing what they are doing, without being conscious of how their thoughts, words, and actions shape their destiny. Awareness is the shield that prevents danger from overwhelming you. Imagine walking through a dark forest. If you walk with awareness, you hear the smallest movement of a leaf, you sense the direction of the wind, you notice the shift in the ground beneath your feet, and therefore no danger can surprise you. But if you walk carelessly, distracted, half asleep, you will stumble, you will fall, and danger will devour you. The same applies to your daily life. The world is full of distractions, temptations, and hidden dangers. But if your awareness is sharp, if your mind is awake, you are always prepared. The problem is that most people live their lives like machines. They repeat the same actions every day without noticing. They speak words without meaning. They make choices without thinking, and they let emotions carry them like waves without direction. This lack of awareness is what makes those days, 17 September 22 and 25, so dangerous. Because on those days, the energy around you will test your mind. The distractions will grow louder. The temptations will become stronger, and the voices of fear and doubt will try to enter your spirit. If you walk into those days without awareness, you will not see the trap until it is too late. But awareness is always available to you. It is not something you must buy or borrow from others. It is already within you, waiting to be awakened. It begins with a simple step, paying attention. Paying attention to your breath, to your steps, to your words, to the people you allow near you, to the thoughts you entertain. When you pay attention, you take back control from the chaos. You are no longer a prisoner of circumstances. You become the master of yourself. Think about the times in your life when you made mistakes, when you suffered, when you felt regret. If you look carefully, you will notice that most of those moments happened because you were not fully aware. You spoke without awareness and hurt someone. You acted without awareness and created consequences you did not want. You trusted without awareness and fell into betrayal. You chose without awareness and ended up in pain. This is why God's warning is not to frighten you, but to remind you. These dangerous days require you to be fully awake. Every moment, every interaction, every decision, carry it with awareness. When you practice awareness, life changes in ways that feel almost miraculous. Suddenly you begin to notice the patterns of your own mind. You see when anger rises before it controls you. You recognize when fear tries to whisper lies into your heart. You notice when laziness tries to weaken your body. You even become aware of the people who drain your energy and the ones who strengthen it. Awareness gives you choice, and choice is the greatest power a human being can hold. Without awareness, you are a slave to habit, to impulse, to distraction. With awareness, you are free to choose your response, free to direct your destiny, free to shape your life. Imagine again these days, 17th of September, 22 and 25. If you enter them with no awareness, you may find yourself trapped in arguments, wasting time in meaningless activities, or falling into negativity that robs you of energy. You may get pulled into someone else's drama, and before you realize, your mind and heart are consumed by things that do not matter. But if you enter those same days with awareness, you will see the traps before they catch you. You will notice when a conversation turns toxic, and you will step away. You will sense when your mind is drifting and bring it back to focus. You will feel when energy around you becomes heavy, and you will protect yourself. In this way, what was supposed to be dangerous becomes an opportunity to practice strength. Awareness is not about controlling the outside world. It is about mastering your inner world. You cannot stop storms from coming, but you can be aware of how you hold your boat. You cannot stop people from trying to harm you, but you can be aware of how much access you give them to your spirit. You cannot stop challenges from appearing, but you can be aware of how you face them, with fear or with courage. When you are aware, danger no longer surprises you, and when danger cannot surprise you, it loses its power. This is why masters of wisdom, like SHI HENG, always emphasize the importance of living in the present moment, because awareness only lives in the now. The past is memory, the future is imagination, but awareness is here, in this breath, in this step, in this moment. When you train yourself to live with awareness, you begin to see life differently. Small details that you ignored before suddenly become meaningful. The way someone speaks, the way energy shifts in a room, the way your own body reacts, everything becomes information. And with this information, you navigate life like a warrior who sees clearly, not a blind man stumbling in the dark. Ask yourself, how aware are you right now? Are you truly present, or is your mind drifting into yesterday and tomorrow? Are you fully listening, or are you already planning your response? Awareness is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. And just like a muscle, if you neglect it, it becomes weak, and when it is weak, you are exposed to danger. God's warning about 17th of September 22 and 25 is a call to strengthen your awareness, to sharpen your mind like a blade, to keep your spirit awake when the world wants you to sleep. Think of awareness as light. In darkness, you stumble, you fall, you hurt yourself. But when you carry light, you see the path, you avoid the traps, you move with confidence. On those days, carry your awareness like light. Watch how you wake up, how you spend your time, how you speak to others, how you let others influence you. Do not allow your mind to wander endlessly into distractions. Do not let fear steal your focus. Do not let anger burn your energy. Simply be aware. It may sound simple, but do not underestimate it. Most people in the world cannot even stay aware of their breath for 5 minutes. Their minds constantly run into the past or the future, and because of this, they miss the present, which is the only place where life actually happens. And when you miss the present, you are blind to the dangers standing right in front of you. Awareness means opening your eyes, opening your ears, opening your heart, and seeing life as it is. No illusions, no lies, just truth. When you practice awareness, you begin to notice that the world around you is a mirror. People's behavior reflects your own inner state. Situations reveal your hidden weaknesses. Challenges uncover your hidden strengths. With awareness, you no longer curse the challenge. You thank it because it showed you where you need to grow. With awareness, you no longer fear the test. You embrace it because you know that every test is an opportunity for transformation. So when God said these days are dangerous, He did not mean you should hide in fear. He meant you should sharpen your awareness and face them with courage. The true danger is not the day itself, but your state of mind on that day. If you are careless, distracted, asleep, you will fall. But if you are aware, awake, and disciplined, you will rise. And the very danger that threatened to destroy, you will become the teacher that strengthens you. Awareness is the root of all wisdom. Awareness is the foundation of discipline. Awareness is the gateway to freedom. Without awareness, you cannot master your body, your mind, or your spirit. With awareness, you can walk through fire and remain untouched. With awareness, you can face storms and remain calm. With awareness, you can stand in the middle of chaos and remain centered. So I tell you again, 17 September 22 and 25 are not ordinary days. They are dangerous because they will test you. But remember, no test comes without purpose. God does not warn without reason. He is giving you the chance to awaken, to sharpen your awareness, to rise above the distractions of the world. Do not waste these days. Do not walk into them half asleep. Walk into them fully awake, fully present, fully aware. And when you do, you will discover that what was dangerous for others has become empowering for you. Awareness is the first keynote, and it is the foundation of everything that follows. If you master awareness, discipline will come naturally, energy will be protected, and growth will be inevitable. Awareness is the key that unlocks all doors. So train it, sharpen it, live it. For these days are not to be feared. They are to be faced with the light of awareness. And when you face them with awareness, you will not just survive them, you will be transformed by them. Discipline is not a punishment, it is not a burden, and it is not something that restricts you. Discipline is freedom. Discipline is protection. Discipline is the armor you wear when you walk into dangerous times. When God said these days, 17 September 22 and 25, are dangerous, He did not mean you should hide and tremble in fear. He meant you should prepare yourself with the shield of discipline, because the world is full of distractions, temptations, and weaknesses that will try to break you down. And the only way to walk through them unharmed is by building the strength that discipline gives you. Most people misunderstand discipline. They think discipline means denying yourself joy, restricting yourself, or living like a prisoner of rules. But in truth, the opposite is real. Without discipline, you are a slave to your desires, your emotions, your impulses, your laziness, your fears. You may think you are free when you follow every desire, but in reality, you are chained. When anger controls you, you are not free. When fear dictates your actions, you are not free. When laziness keeps you from becoming your best, you are not free. Freedom comes only through discipline, because discipline allows you to master yourself. Discipline is protection because it builds strength. Imagine a warrior who steps onto a battlefield without training. He carries a sword, but his body is weak, his mind is unfocused, his spirit is undisciplined. The first strike will defeat him. But imagine a warrior who has trained daily, who has sharpened his sword, who has strengthened his body, who has mastered his mind through discipline. When he enters the same battlefield, danger is still present, but he is ready. The strikes come, but he blocks them. The attacks come, but he stands firm. The storms come, but he remains unshaken. What protects him is not luck, it is discipline. The same is true in your life. The days ahead will test you. On the 17th September 22 and 25, situations will arise to shake your focus. People may appear to pull you down. Emotions may rise to weaken you. If you have no discipline, you will fall into the trap. But if you carry discipline, you walk through it untouched. Discipline protects you from yourself, from your own inner enemies, fear, anger, laziness, and doubt. These are the true dangers that God warns about. The world outside can only hurt you if the world inside is unprepared. Discipline is not something you practice only in one part of life. It is not only about waking up early, or training your body, or controlling what you eat. It is about every aspect of your existence. Discipline in speech means you do not waste words or harm others carelessly. Discipline in thought means you do not allow negative ideas to control your mind. Discipline in action means you do not waste time in things that drain you. Discipline in energy means you do not let others steal your focus or weaken your spirit. It is a complete way of living where every choice you make is aligned with your higher purpose.